Hey everyone, and welcome to RezoCast episode 144. This is Lego, and I've got with me Hove and Wilson today, and we are talking about Solstice of Heroes event. We got a new tweet from Luke Smith and Bungie saying that they're delaying Shadowkeep, which the community is having a super positive reaction to. And then we got a TWAB with some picks of new armor and stuff, and a new patch coming out that we weren't expecting. So much is going on this week, and I'm excited to talk about it all. But first, Hove, how was your week, man?
I don't want to talk about it, Lego. I'm mad at you.
What?
We're
You were
still
mad at me
there.
last week.
Well, maybe you should rethink your lifestyle.
So, jeez.
Apparently, I'm offending
Yeah.
to
Pattern.
Hove, in particular, Hove.
Yeah. I was censored once again, and I didn't even do anything this time.
Oh, I didn't do that.
So my week's been pretty
Censorship.
good.
Actually, I did censor him like last night, but that's okay.
So my week's been pretty good. Except for work sucked because my state vehicle had to get towed and it's in the shop, and they have to like send estimates and all. So I've had to drive my own car the last 3 days, which was okay at first because I just didn't do anything. I just stayed at home.
Because you have an awesome car, so right?
Yeah, but I don't want to
No?
have to drive it when I can drive one for free. Anyway, it's
Yeah,
irrelevant.
I get it.
I watched a lot of things. I watched Ready Player One, which I hadn't seen yet on Netflix.
Wow.
And I watched The Umbrella Academy. I just finished it like an hour before the show, and it's really good, and you should watch it. It's really awesome. It's not nearly. It's kind of like a superhero comic type thing, but not really, because just
Okay.
how it unfolds. It's really kind of dark. It's good. Watch it. Except you, Lego. You don't get to watch it.
Okay.
Other than that, been playing some Destiny. I got lots of forage farming done. I worked real hard at that.
Playing lots of Destiny.
So much Destiny.
Logging all those
Just
hours.
look at his hours.
I
Yeah.
did also. I finally hit diamond in comp this weekend. In Overwatch.
For Overwatch,
I'm sorry.
man.
Yeah. Sorry,
Nice,
Lego.
dude.
Thanks for.
Hey, what does that mean for someone who doesn't play Overwatch? Is that like the top?
No.
What does it mean? Like I don't know.
There's bronze, silver, gold, platinum, diamond, and then master and grandmaster.
Yeah,
Okay.
I would
And is
say
it-
diamonds in the top like couple percent of players. Definitely. Yeah, for sure. 100%. It's pretty cool. It's quite the feat because like you gotta have it depends what type of team you're up against, like what type of team comp you got, map, all different kinds of things come into play and stuff. So the stars kind of have to align for some of us. Some people make it look easy.
I was
so
gonna say
getting
it's funny because just today I saw an article that was about how Shroud started playing Overwatch 2 weeks ago and he hit diamond.
Yeah, but like that's Shroud.
That's Shroud. Yeah.
if I had like my 19 to like all my 20s to sit around and play video games professionally, like yeah, dude, I'd be able to pick anything up and play it, but now I'm old and have a job.
What are the incentives to like get that rank? Like, does that give you something?
I mean, you
or
get for
is
each
it
rank
just for
you
fun?
hit, you get an emblem at the end of the season. I don't know if that's anything to do with rank. Actually, I think that's just for competing in that season.
Mhm.
But you get competitive points, and you get more competitive points the higher rank you are. And
Okay.
then those points you can use to buy golden weapons. So like each character has a
Oh.
weapon. Their weapon's exactly the same, it's just gold. So that people are like,
Okay.
oh look, you have a golden weapon on so and so. Although nowadays it's been around long enough that like it doesn't necessarily mean you're good on that character because people have played enough that even if they placed bronze every damn season and like never won a game ever, they can buy. Do you know what I mean? So it doesn't mean as
Yeah.
much, but it used to.
Yeah. It's so interesting that I would even ask that question because, like, I feel like previously, before Destiny, I wouldn't have even cared. Like, I would have been like, I'm playing it just to be good, to say I made it to the place,
Well,
I
that's
just play
the only
games for
reason
fun.
I won. I could care less, like, about the golden stuff. Like, at this point, I've already gotten a couple that, like, I play a lot, so I'm always like, well, what should I buy? I just wanted to say I made it to diamond because I did.
Well, I just bring that up because like I feel like I'm so loot based now. Like I feel like Destiny has made me a player that goes after those sort of things. Not saying that's a good or bad thing, just saying that's an interesting observation for myself that I want to go after these things because they give me something, and if they don't give me something, I'm less interested in doing it.
It's kind of how I feel about our friendship, Lego.
Oh, well, I'm doing really bad on the friendship scale then.
Although I will say that last night when we were playing PUBG, I don't remember the exact context, but it really doesn't matter because Lego's
it's better without it.
Either way, it wasn't great. Lego said to me, we said something like, Lego, we need to get you to do something. We were playing PUBG, and he goes, "Oh, I think right now you could get me to do a lot of things." And I was a little concerned. Anyway, Wilson. Hi.
Hey man, what's up? This light in front of me is super bright and my head hurts.
That's the worst.
Oh, bright light. I tried. I was like, I wonder what I'd look like without the light on. It's literally a silhouette.
It's like Wenny. Remember that time Wenny was on?
No. It's like Winnie, or it's like when you watch like a Dateline or something, and they can't show their face because they're in the mafia.
Are you in witness protection?
Yo, no, thank God, not yet. No, but like week has been it's been ups and downs. Work's been crazy. I'm having a lot of aches and pains. I'm getting old and I'm working too hard. Some of the guys aren't working hard enough. None of them listen, but
and you're grinding all night trying to get that solstice armor done, and
yeah, and on top of that, like a bunch of shit's been happening in Pogo. It's been one of the Pokemon Go. That's the
Pogo. Wait, we shorten it now?
Yeah,
Pogo. Pogo's the name of the monkey in the Umbrella Academy.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
They named him
canon?
after Pokemon Go.
Yeah, it's canon. But a lot of stuff like Team Rocket is in the game now. So like, whereas before you just go to like Pokestops and spin it and get like a quest and some items and stuff, like now sometimes like they'll be there, Team Rocket, and you gotta battle them, and then they have like these crazy like shadow Pokemon that have all these like crazy purple flames behind them and stuff. So once you beat them. And the battles are incredibly hard. Like, it's not just, like, a breeze to get through. Like, you actually have to, like, think about, like, your team loadout. And so it's fun. It's keeping it interesting. On top of that, Rayquaza, one of the most coveted legendaries after a couple of years of it being in raids here and there, finally got its shiny form, which is, like, I think they're probably going to break a record in sales this month for people buying raid passes. Like, it's fucking crazy.
Well, you have to buy a raid pass,
so like you get a free one every day, and then like you can buy them with Pokecoins, and you get Pokecoins by like how long your Pokemon is in a gym. You can only earn up to 50 coins a day. So like you get a free raid pass every day, and then if you like play your gyms right and like people aren't dicks about it and like let you stay in there long enough to get your coins, then you can buy an actual raid pass like every other day.
How do you get Hokey
It's around
Pokey
for a
coins?
month. What's that?
How do you get Hokey Pokey coins?
You put your left foot in to start. But so that's been cool. And then on top of that, the Solstice event dropped, so I'm like trying to like juggle my time of like boyfriend, work, like Pokemon Go, Destiny.
Does Sam know about this boyfriend?
Yeah, well, like obviously meant like me being the boyfriend.
Oh,
like,
I don't think it was clear because Lego
It
gave it this look
wasn't,
too. Like, wait a second.
Oh, okay. Well, whatever. But like, you get what I'm saying. Like, and everything in between. Like, so it's been tough. Like, it's cool. I got the shiny Rayquaza already. I got it in a trade. Someone else got one and traded it to me. So, I can kind of chill out on the Pogo for a little bit.
Nice.
But however, this weekend we're going to Gen Con in Indiana, and it'll be a community day for Pokemon Go there. So it'll be kind of cool to be at a convention with a bunch of people playing and stuff like that. The convention's not for Pokemon; it's for D&D.
But there will be a lot of people there playing Pokemon, probably.
I mean, like
no?
it's a pretty big part of nerd culture. I mean, not saying that like anyone a part of nerd culture is like into Pokemon, but like I mean, a lot of people in different parts of nerd culture definitely, and like still play Pogo. Like, so it's cool. It's gonna be fun. It's only like a 3.5-hour drive, like something like that.
You'll be like halfway here.
Yeah, Great American Heroes meeting us, so I'm excited. I only get to see Great like once every couple of years, it seems like. So
nice.
Yeah, it's gonna be fun. It's gonna be a good time. Looking forward to it. And I should have my armor done by Sunday for my hunter. He should be all legendaried out.
Dude, I haven't had the time like other people. I feel like yeah, I've been playing like some PUBG here and there, but I really have committed a bit of time to like trying to get the gear done. It just takes a little bit of time, which is good. You know, it's fine.
Before we jump real into Destiny, I do want to say one thing I want to get out at the beginning of the show. As we said last week, you know, we have a Discord now. Lego put it in the tweet for each episode. Is it in the descriptions?
Yeah, it's in the description of the YouTube of the episodes. Yeah, you can find it pretty much anywhere you're listening to podcasts. Just scroll down and you'll see a link to it.
And it is open to anybody. I just wanted to say that, one, it has been really, really cool how many people have joined and have popped in. People we know, people we don't know. We threw a little introduce yourself section in, and that's been really cool. People, a lot of times you put things like that and people are like, hey, I'm Hove. Hi. Like, but we've gotten like paragraphs, people talking about like where they're from, what they do, what they like to do in Destiny. Yeah. So it's been really awesome.
It's not like a Windler intro or anything like that.
No, it's a good intro.
No.
And the other thing I wanted
to probably throw one in there, like, because people know us pretty well enough, but like, I mean, it probably wouldn't hurt for. I mean,
well, actually, we were talking about that. Me and Hove brought it up. Actually, someone actually in Discord brought it up. Actually, it came from that. Is, you know, we've never done really a introduce ourselves podcast, like wherein, you know, someone's listening,
I guess.
Yeah, and that was so long ago. We have you and Mana join us since then, and so we're not doing it this week, but we want to do an episode like that soon where you can kind of like get to know us as like the hosts, for those who don't really know much about us. So that's definitely coming too. Sorry to cut you off.
No. The reason I really want to get this at the beginning though was because I want to mention, you know, for anyone who listens, we always like to do community questions on Twitter, and we still will. We still will have a tweet every week that you can reply to, but say it's, you know, Monday and you think of a question you want to ask and I don't have the tweet out yet for the coming episode. We do also have a questions for the next episode channel, which I will check as I'm doing the questions as well. So I know there's been times where some of you guys have been in chat and asking questions, and I may, you know, it may go by chat by the time I get 2 questions and I miss it, or you have to ask it 3 or 4 times. Even during the episode, if you think of something and you're in chat, jump into Discord, throw it in there. I'll read questions out of there too when we do them. So just a little bit, make it a little bit easier to, you know, kind of to have a back and forth with everybody. So
yeah, I'm glad you brought that up, and I wanted to bring that up to just the Discord and how great it's going. And I totally agree with you. The introduce yourself section that we kind of added in after it started has been so cool and I think it's cool not only for us, but for everybody else listening to like recognize names, not only that we talk about here, but that people who ask questions on Twitter, and we're kind of putting like a description to, like, we're getting to know each other, basically the community that we've built here on the podcast. And so that's been really, really cool. It's been cool just to hang out this week. You know, all this news broke and we've been been able to talk about it, or Solstice when it dropped, and we kind of like, someone, you know, Litlin was talking in chat and he was like, yo, you can do the forge stuff to like get the keys like right away, you know, and we were all like, you know, let's do it. And so just getting, you know, you can, not that you can't find that information on YouTube and stuff, it's just cool as a community to talk about it, you know, in Discord.
And I do also, while we're here, I do want to point out that I made that channel, and then Lego said, who made this channel? I said, I did, Lego. It's going to be a good idea.
No, I thought it was awesome. I wanted to compliment you for it.
You made the idea, but Marcus executed it.
No, I actually just went in and made the channel without telling anybody.
Actually, it was Socio's idea, I think. He said something like, I think, why don't we have an introduce something? And then Hove made the channel.
That thing. They were talking about the Discord as a whole.
No. Marcus did help us out a
ton.
Oh, no,
actually, I also made the Discord, hence why I'm the owner.
Hannah doesn't own this one?
No, Hannah owns my Discord, but I own this Discord.
We're supposed to keep that on the top. But like, yeah, good. It's cool. I've been I'm now friends with Gorniak on PlayStation and Oz, and we're gonna try to play this weekend and do some mountaintop grinding. I'm excited.
Yeah.
We're gonna be scummy. I'm gonna tether everything and let them shoot their grenade launchers at it. It's gonna be fun.
Nice.
But yeah, basically to sum it up, it's been really, really cool to see it kind of. I mean, it's not a huge Discord by any means, but I mean, we're not a huge podcast, but
yeah,
for just having it like the first few days, we hit like 30 some people by the end of like that night that we announced it.
Yeah,
and I want to say we're up around 50 or 60 now.
Yeah, it's been pretty cool, and the
53.
And it's not only just like just because I know we are primarily like PS4 because our clan comes from PS4, but there's some Xbox users in there. I saw some people commenting in the PC LFG. I know we don't have enough people to like get those consoles going, but the more people that join,
we'll be on at least PC and PS4 much sooner than we thought.
Yes, I know that announcement later this month is crazy. And I want to jump into all that soon real quick, but I just wanted to mention stuff about my week real quick. Let's see, I'm trying to think of where to start now. I did say I've been playing some PUBG a little bit. That's been fun, jumping back into that with Hove and Dewey and everyone, Marcus. We started the Solstice grind. That's been pretty good for me. I like that it's kind of drawn out. We'll talk about that more in a second. I really like the European aerial zone. I think it's so cool. And lastly, I now have helped like 10 people get their recluse or something like that. And I had someone, I was just playing Rumble for the completions for the Solstice stuff. You just have to play so many games. And I had someone message me to 1v1 him like afterwards. And I was, because he lost by like 1 point or something like that. And I was like, debated it back and forth. Cause you get those messages where you're like, I don't know, like, I'm just going to get put on YouTube or something. Like I beat Resolute. And I didn't want to get into a trash talk thing, but he was super nice, like in his messages to begin with. Like he was like, GG, it wasn't anything like I could beat you if you 1v1 me. It wasn't like that at all. And so I was like, I'll just go for it, And dude, this guy had the best last word shots like I've ever played against somebody before. And he said he ADS'd every shot. And I couldn't believe, because he would 3-tap me almost every time, no matter if I was in the air, on the ground, sliding, whatever, he would get the 3-tap off. So I had to be super fast. And I ended up losing it first, like the first like half of the game I was kind of behind, and then I just turned it on, and I was running sniper fusion, my headshots were on, my fusion shots were on, and ended up bringing it back like 20-10. Like it was like I just went off, and he couldn't believe it. He was like, dude, I never have anybody beat me like this. And so that was like a huge like boost in my own like gaming self-esteem, because sometimes when you make it to legend, it's like it's about your team a lot, and it's like I played with a lot of really good people, and so I kind of wonder sometimes, like, could I hold up if I played 1v1 against somebody or something like that? And to be able to do that, I was like, yeah, that felt so good, man. So
you know how it goes, like in the team aspect of it, like it's not necessarily like, obviously it's not the person who's like slaying out the most, you know what I mean? Like it's knowing your team well, what they're gonna do, knowing that when you come around the corner and challenge this guy, that when you tuck back in weak, that your buddy's gonna be right there with full health to clean it up. You know what I mean? It's little things like that,
Yeah.
It's really good teamwork. Like there's very few people out there that can play an extremely good individual game at that level. Like there's very few people.
I think I just had an epiphany, Lego.
What's that?
It's half joke, but half serious.
Okay.
So I don't know if you agree with this, but we've all said it.
Yeah.
Lego has always been an above average Destiny PvP player, but I think all of us that play with him regularly would agree that you are much better in D2 than you were in D1.
Yeah, I would say that myself
and
too.
As we're talking about this whole team thing and being there for your teammates and everything, I realized that there are no longer special boxes to go after for you to leave your teammates.
Yeah.
And even though I'm like, I want to make this joke, I really think
I see where you're going.
I really think that has made a big difference.
I believe it.
I'm dead serious.
I'll admit to it too. I am not as good of a, like, I have a niche that I'm good at, and that is fusion rifles, and I'm decent with snipers.
No. I'm
And-
saying that we used to always give you a hard time because you would leave us. I don't have special, and you would go get it, and you would leave us hanging, and there was no need to do that anymore.
Well,
and you
now
have
special
excelled.
is where the action is, bro. Like
I know.
it's like you gotta Wile E. Coyote and get out there and get that Roadrunner, dude. Get that
You know-
special ammo.
You got me thinking though, like I'm very much a mental like game player more than a like twitchy shooter. Like I have my moments where my aim is good and I, am on point with everything, my skill wise, just using a controller. But I feel like I'm more of the mind game kind of person, and that's why sometimes I just like going to play PUBG over Apex because it's so fast, and I just
Apex is so
need-
fast. You mean?
Apex is so fast.
Yeah.
That's what I meant. Yeah. And so for Destiny 2, as I'm thinking about what you were saying, I was thinking about how, I don't know, just for me and the way that I play, there's just so many options within Destiny 2 right now. Like running double special, something you could never do in D1 is really risky. And at the beginning of that 1v1 match, I was losing because I would waste both my shots and then I'd have no ammo, and that was it. And I just had to kind of get you with that playstyle. You have to get at least one kill.
You have to go on a
and
roll.
then you go on a roll. Exactly. And that's what happened. And so it was just interesting thinking about the differences in D1 and D2 and how, for me, I know not everyone's going to feel this way, but for me, I feel like I have more options available to me just with different grenades, different exotics, and shutdowns and melees than I did in D1.
And playing
See,
with
but
your
like
team.
you're playing, but
Yeah.
like see with Titans, like it's kind of weird, right? Like everyone complains about like hunters being the mobile ones, but like if you want to get somewhere and get somewhere fast, you do it on your Titan. You know what I mean? So like you're making a lot of these split decision plays that may seem slow or dumbed down to you in your mind, but like the ability, like all the stuff that's going on, like radar, special, power, where's my team at, where's the call outs, like hearing the call outs are one thing, but actually processing them and then continue to think about your next move is, what makes people above average players, But,
Right.
like, it's like with a hunter, like you're talking about like the twitchy shooters versus more methodical. That's how I've been playing with my sniper hand cannon loadout, is extremely aggressive, but the moment that like I miss my snipe, because like I'll play super aggressive with snipes, like 2, 3, 400 feet, it don't matter, like I'm gonna be using my sniper to lead with. And I've been having a lot of success with it, just like hitting some headshots that I didn't think I could, playing aggressive, just hitting body shots and throwing them off guard and like cleaning them up with a hand cannon. And if I miss that shot, like I disengage immediately and already, like before I engage, I already have like a backup plan of where I'm gonna fall back to then bait them around the corner into another sniper shot or something. So like
That's good.
there's definitely ways to like play super twitchy and stuff like that. But like, dude, I can tell you right now as a Titan, like how fast you are on the go. Like you're making many decisions in split seconds. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah. There's
Destiny
one
is a fast-paced game. Like it really is. Like the time to kill might not be Call of Duty, like tap tap you're dead, but there's a lot of one-hit kill potential in the game. Like,
Yeah, for sure. There's one thing I want to say before I move on to talk about other stuff, and that is because I want to talk about Solstice, and we'll get to that in 1 second. But you mentioned looking at your radar and those split-second decisions. I've realized this more and more lately, especially helping other people. I almost play the game looking at the radar more than my screen. It's like the screen's kind of secondary and I'm just watching the radar, and it's kind of I don't know, I feel like that's so important and probably a big skill gap between people who are lower in the ranks versus like that not even high rank. I feel like you kind of do this naturally as you go on. Like I feel like everybody does it to an extent, and just the more I play, the more I find myself just glued to the radar.
Well, and I think that also plays into, I mean, not only does where you're at on any given map play into that, because if you're on some long ass sight line, looking at your radar is not going to help you. I mean, it's going to help you if they come up on you, but if they're down the other end with a sniper, you're dead. But I think that also goes with your playstyle, with the whole like crouching around corners. No, but seriously, like maybe going around a corner with a fusion rifle to time it. Oh, look, a guy just popped up on radar. He's going to come around this corner.
Yes.
Type of thing. So
for sure.
yeah,
That's
I mean,
like-
it's an important thing in general, but I think it really plays into your playstyle.
Yeah.
And a lot more thing. It's not just like reading the radar. It's like finding the player location, knowing map knowledge of where that player's at, and then player predictability. Like, what's the flow of combat? What direction are they going to go? And I almost kind of find myself at the opposite Lego. I find myself lately trying to pay more attention to the radar, because as like a sniper, which is like usually like 9 times out of 10 I'm running the sniper, unless that's like what my entire team's doing, then I'll be the shotgunner. But it's as a sniper, it's more like I'm waiting for that predictable moment, you know what I mean, or like baiting someone. And but I do have the the radar tuner, so that I get it back quicker when I scope out.
Yeah.
And I have a lot of like, some people are like, I don't know about that mod, and I tell them, I'm like, man, I'm like, to have that radar back as soon as you like fully descope, and then to be able to make like your next split decision is you're using that more than I would jumping around missing shots with an Icarus grip, you know what I mean? Like, so.
And again, it also depends on playstyle too. Like you
Yes.
said, you play with your sniper much more aggressive. If someone's sitting in the back, they're not going to need that as much. You know what I mean?
Right.
For sure.
Well,
It's a good
that's a perfect transition into talking about Solstice, because one of the things that I noticed playing Solstice recently, and I haven't figured out like what it is that gives you this, but when I completed some of the bounties for the first time, maybe it's just your first few or maybe it's random, but I got a ton of mods that were Ada's mods that were the really like the new ones that you don't get unless you buy them from Ada. Basically, that's the only way I've found them anyway. Like the sprint grip or the
Is that where I got
faster
that?
rate. I'm pretty sure.
I don't know. I have it.
Maybe not. That's the only way I've ever gotten them. And now I'm getting them to drop from these bounties, and I was like, yo, this is awesome. Like, I needed there were some that I'd never gotten once before. So that was pretty awesome. I don't know in chat if y'all know what I'm talking about. I don't know if they're just dropping from the Solstice bounties or what, but I got a few of those mods and I was like, this is amazing. Like, I never have had these mods before. So far that was rewarding for me already.
Yeah. I had some really good luck. So there's like with your green armor, the first set that you get, you got to open 10 of those packages.
Right.
I had really good luck with that, dude. I think I walked away out of the 10 packages with like 8 or 9 masterwork cores. And
dude, that's what it was. It was the
Yeah.
packages, not the bounties. Yeah, you're right.
For sure. So like the bounties are super, or those packages. Now you're fucking me up.
Sorry.
No, it's fine. It's totally on me. The packages, just open the ones you need for your green armor, and this is a PSA, little pro tip that Marcus sent me from a post on Reddit, that you want to save those until you get your legendary set, because as you turn those in, that armor is now in the loot pool, so that's how you're gonna farm for rolls on that you want for that armor. So don't go buck wild on those things. Yeah, just be patient. Like, I'm finding this out more and more, because that's the thing with Pokemon Go. Like, you get a new Pokemon, you want to evolve it right away, but like, no, wait 2 months. There'll be a community day. It'll have a super overpowered move. Same thing with Destiny. Just patience. You know, this event, just breeze through it. You know,
I don't have patience.
Oh,
and
along with
like,
patience, there's another tip for when you, and this is just me, like, I'm not even to the blue armor yet. Like, I'm almost there, but I'm saving my bounties for when I get to the blue armor.
Yes, good call, because Marcus, shout out to him, also gave me that tip yesterday. So last night when I logged off, right before I logged off, I had 20 bounties done, like just like that. And it was, oh, thank God, man, because I would have been so salty if I would have like I did so. And there's so many. It sounds like a lot. Like, what is it, like 50? Yeah, it's 50 bounties. It sounds like a lot, dude, but there's so many bounties everywhere, like throughout the tower, like all the planetary vendors. Like, I can't even get into it. Like, there's so many. Like, so it's cool. I can't wait to get it done.
Totally off topic, but I just happened to look at your screen, Lego, And exactly where your mic is placed, there must be a plant in the background.
There is,
And
yeah.
it looks like there's moss growing off your microphone, like you don't use it very
don't move
often.
it. Don't.
Yeah, I know. I liked it.
Ruin. Okay,
That's good. That's good.
Yeah,
Okay, that's all.
It's like
it kind of
Black
looks like
Garden style.
it kind of looks like Swamp Thing.
Yeah.
Okay, that's
looks
all.
like you. Looks
That's-
like you put a big booger on it.
That's
Okay.
my that's my contribution for this episode.
Oh my gosh.
I like the
well,
Black Garden thing. That's cool.
I will contribute more in the realms of the European aerial zone because that place is insane. I love it so much, and it's getting a ton of love on Reddit and all these other places, and Twitter, YouTube, because it's like the first Destiny environment that you can seriously go everywhere. Like there's no space that's like out of bounds for you, and there's even a fallen transporter that will transport you to the top of the sky and let you just fall down and land on whatever building you want. A lot of people have said it reminds them of the Scourge of the Past like area at the beginning. You can be on the buildings and stuff.
Oh yeah.
So it's kind of like that, but you can go inside a ton of the buildings, and it's kind of confusing. There's
God.
some buildings where like you need to go to one spot, and you're like, dude, I don't know which doorway to go to, and you're like on a timer and everything. So, but it's casual too, and it's fun.
Yes. Yeah, it is. It is really fun. At first I was getting really frustrated with how I'm like, dude, apartment buildings, I don't care where you live, they are not laid out this way. Like all the buildings are like purposely like very maze-like is what I'm getting at, and I'm like, this is not how this would be constructed at all. This is the most like impossible way to get back to this room. But like after you do it, like even after 2 nights, dude, like me and Spiffy are finding our way around. Like just the 2 of us, we'd find like 9 out of 9 chests, like, and just zipping around, and it's really cool. I like it. I will say something that's helped me out a lot, because Titans seem to have it freaking made, because you got to move around so much in this encounter. Me as a hunter, dude, I just try to get on the roofs, and you could pretty much skirt the entire map and get to wherever the objectives are. It's very fast paced. It's very cool. It's very pretty. All the different orbs going off right now for Solstice. It looks like there's just lots of cool stuff when enemies explode that you want to go pick up, and you do for a lot of your armor and things like that. But I think we've done like every encounter that they have for it. It's pretty cool, man. I don't know how many have you done?
No, I've only played the first one. I've only gotten to play the first day, because the second day I was so intent on getting my armor stuff done, and it didn't really involve me going to the EAZ.
Yeah.
So like, tell me about the second 2, because I heard one of them was really cool, the boss encounter.
There's the Hive one, which is just like a big insane ogre, and he's actually the easiest because he doesn't really get around too easy.
Yeah, okay.
The most annoying one, the captain or the servitor, because they teleport everywhere.
Right.
The Cabal one's really cool because it's like sisters, these big giant colossus like sisters, and
what?
so it's kind of like the brothers in D1. Remember, you could farm that arm piece or whatever. And,
what were they called? It's like the Shield Brothers or some shit.
I don't know. All I can think is Valistar.
Bash Brothers. Okay. I think it was Shield Brothers. I think you're right.
Shield Brothers strike, right?
But unfortunately, unfortunately, they're kind of copy and pasted the same thing. It's not like they have like unique mechanics like the Shield Brothers did. But the cool thing about that one is after you do a certain amount of damage to either one of them or both of them, on the bottom left it says that they call for an engineer for help, and it's a Scion that has a yellow bar, and he's considered a mini boss. So if you get that encounter with 3 people, that Scion will spawn in the center of the map every single time, and you can farm him, and that will get you mini boss progression towards your mini bosses. So you don't have to keep queuing in over and over. If you just want to knock out the mini boss thing, you could do it that way. So
that's cool.
Yeah, it's a good one.
Yep. Yeah. So there's a couple of things with that. With the mini boss, there's been a bunch of stuff on raid secrets, because there's that underground tunnel area with the kitty cat statue, and all
Yeah.
this like secret stuff that people found that everyone's like, what is this? You know, nobody knows what it is. And obviously there's a way to get down there, but no one can open the doors down there or nothing else happens. And there is a that scion, whenever you kill it, sometimes it says like an enemy awaits you, or it gives some weird
Some
flavor
text.
to it.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm down.
And so some people are like, does this correlate with the thing downstairs? And no one
The people
knows.
under the stairs.
There's
Yes.
also an encounter where it says like they call it like a mosquito is nearby or something, like somewhere something
hate
around the lines of like
mosquitoes.
a mosquito. I know, man. West Nile's a bitch, and
Wait, are you
it-
talking about the little crystals? The
is that what those? Is that what those
Yeah,
things?
it's
are
like
called?
in Jurassic Park, the pieces of amber. It's
For
kind of like
sure.
that.
Yeah, yeah.
So there's
Uh,
mosquitoes in those. We're on the same page.
Oh, okay.
So what are those
I
for?
like it. You
We
shoot
don't
those little
know.
the little crystals that spot. We don't know what the mosquito thing is, but the little crystals that he's referring to, you jump up and shoot those, and it gives you a bunch of
Do you-
overcharge orbs or whatever the hell they're
Mhm.
called.
And there's a bunch of them scattered throughout, and they spawn at certain times during the encounter, according to raid secrets. I don't know.
It's a pretty cool place, dude. It's a dope little city in the EDZ, even though it's called the EAZ, but it's in the EDZ, and it's really cool, man, to be like leaping around all the buildings. And truth is really good because I find that when
yeah.
you get on top of the buildings, you can just
Agreed.
smoke bosses with truth right now from like a mile away.
Dude, and how crazy is it that they kept this under wraps and didn't give it away? Like, all we got was a picture. Literally all, and this is, gosh, there's so many things recently that I love the independence Bungie has from Activision. And I feel like it's the small things like this. Like, we knew this event was coming. We didn't really know anything about it. We saw this one picture of a European aerial zone, and they gave the title, and we were like, what is that? And we didn't know that it was going to be a new area. Normally, whenever they have something like this for an event, it's a reskinned old play. This is like a brand new, European area that
It's
looks
big. It's
amazing,
big
and
for
it's
the-
huge, and it's
Yes.
not like other areas we've been to.
You could get your
So-
sparrow out. Like,
Yeah.
I would say it's comparable to a huge chunk of Mercury. Like the surface of
Yeah,
Merc-
except you can
minus
pull your
infinite
sparrow.
forest, minus infinite forest and stuff. Yeah,
Uh-huh.
except you can get out your sparrow and stuff. It's
And it's
really cool.
multi-layered, like vertically.
Yes,
so-
What was that?
vertically.
Ball-
Yeah.
ball-
There's
I'm
there's rooftop action. There's like in the building action. There's like sub building action. There's all kinds of stuff. There's courtyards. There's all these different spots. And KB Ninja was talking about. He wants to know what are the prismatic taken. He said he's only seen them once. So I think what he's referring to is also in the middle of doing those, a public event can pop, and every time you have to locate these prismatic taken. So to get like an extra gift and or key fragments and a chance for more chests at the end, sometimes a public event will spawn and you got to go find the taken. They could be anywhere on the map. It's different spawn areas. I've seen I think like 5 different spawn areas now. So I think I could be wrong, but it's a lot. But basically you find him and one of them is prismatic. He's glowing. He's a major, you know what I mean? So you just got to kill him. Once you locate him, you get more time to kill him. But it's just like it's more like you don't have to do it. It's optional, but if you choose to, it's kind of cool because again, it's one of those things where you're against the clock and you start making stupid decisions like, oh, maybe I could jump there, and like knowing in a clear mind if there was no clock, like you would not have tried to jump there. Like so it's fun to like make those decisions, and
That's
it really
cool.
it's helping me like learn the map and stuff. So
Nice. Yeah,
Yeah.
I enjoyed it a lot. Hove, what did you think about the zone?
I did it once.
And no thoughts? Just
No, I mean it was cool. I didn't feel the need to pare it back a lot of the stuff. I mean, as far as only getting to really run through it one time, like it looks cool. You can jump around. Like I didn't
Get
really
out
have
your
anything.
seat.
I didn't really have anything to add. Way to call me
Okay,
out.
see, I was blown away by it because of all the reasons I gave before, because I just didn't see it coming. Like, I just thought it was going to be reskin or something, and I was like, well, this is like a new like new area that they kept under wraps that wasn't advertised for this expansion. You know, like normally they try to like put it in your face, like, look at what all you're getting. You're getting this stuff in this zone, and it's on the schedule. And it was just Solstice of Heroes. We just thought it was going to be an event.
Maybe that's another Activision thing.
Absolutely, I 100% think so. And that's like, I love that change.
It's like you said, all the small things.
Yes.
Get it? Can I be Travis?
As long as I can be.
No, don't make me Tom DeLonge because he's a crazy UFO
I'll be
guy now.
That is you. What the fuck do you mean?
No, listen. I'm a UFO guy. I'm not a fucking
No, in all
crazy,
seriousness,
shill,
if any of
nutty
us,
UFO guy.
if any
to
of
the
us,
Stars Academy, give me a fucking break.
If any of the three of us fit the mold of one of those three, it's definitely fucking you and Tom.
Okay, I get it, and sure, that's fair, but I'm just gonna throw it out there that I'm not a fan of his UFOism. He's making the rest of us fucking look bad with his sham of
I see where all the hate is now.
Go fund me, get the hell out of here.
Okay, so there are a few more things with Solstice. We talked about bounties, the EAZ. The elemental buffs are this new thing where when you get 30 orbs of one type, then you get the bonus for that day for those orbs. And so at first I've only really messed with it for the Arc and Solar. I haven't done it today for the Void, but the Solar one I was like, this is fine. You get this solar explosion that comes out. It looks cool.
Twitter doesn't think it's fine.
But it doesn't really do anything. I feel like it. And is that the response? Because I didn't look.
People are just so pissed about everything.
Are you serious?
You haven't seen Sheik's video of when he got a full 30 stack of that in like Crucible and his Titan Smash? He killed like literally 12 people.
No. That's the Arc one. We're talking about Solar.
Yeah, but still, in general, everyone's just like, we have another month of this. Like, this is dumb.
Oh, really? Oh, see, I was talking about how it wasn't a big
okay.
I'm the opposite right now.
I know, and that's why I was like, Twitter does not agree with you.
Oh, that's
the Void
funny.
One, you should get on and try tonight. You should get on and try tonight.
I'm excited because I did see Sheik's video, Destiny Fun Police, where he put out the invisible Sentinel going around doing his thing, and it looked incredible. Like it looks like. So have you played it today, Wilson? Have you messed with it?
Yes. I did Spectral today, so I get my Spectral for forever.
So it looks like as soon as you crouch, like this, if you have 30 orbs and it starts counting down, you have limited time, like 30 seconds ish, to use the effects. As soon as you crouch or slide, you immediately go invisible.
Yeah, you get True Sight as well.
And True Sight.
Yeah,
it's so good.
Yeah, you get True Sight. Like, it's pretty crazy. Like, I get where the community is coming from, in a sense, coming off of the Revelry. Like, that shit is annoying. Like, those types of variables in Crucible and stuff like that. Because, like, dude, you've got people in there, like, just trying to get X done or Y done or Z done. And then you've got people like fucking Lego in there throwing shield after shield after shield down the hallway. He knows where you are. He's got True Sight. He knows exactly where to throw that shield. Like, a
few things with that, like it's not in comp, like they said. It's not in Gambit Prime, and it's also they didn't say this, but I don't think it's in Rumble either, because I played all my games in Rumble,
good.
and I never noticed it. So
so you know what I had read specifically was that it was in everything but comp, but I don't know.
That's what they said, and that's what I'm sure is going around. But I played 10 games of Rumble, and I didn't see the effects of it ever. So
I did know that it wasn't in comp. Thank goodness, because
also I think it would be almost impossible to get it going in Rumble anyway, because you would have to to even get that.
To be fair, we also ran around Quarry for 10 minutes in PUBG last night, and you never found the SKS I told you to get either. So
well, that I also told you could do whatever you want with me, so or something along those lines.
Moving on. So these just rotate day by day, every day, right? Solar Arc Void, Solar Arc, Arc Void, Solar Arc. Say that. Say Solar Arc Void 3 times.
Solar Arc Void, Solar Arc Void, Solar Arc Void.
That's right up there with like Toy Boat 3 times.
Say it, Lego. Toy Boat 3 times.
I'm gonna fail. Toy Boat.
You have to do it.
Yeah,
you didn't even get one. You didn't even get one.
No, it helps if you say it slow first. toy boat, toy
Toy
boat,
boat,
toy
toy
boat.
boy.
Dang, I can't say it
Toy
slow.
boy.
Oh my god.
Toy boy.
And this is the moment we lost all viewers. Our
No,
Discord,
y'all-
Discord is now empty. Everybody just left.
Welcome to the Toy
Okay.
podcast.
So for real, so let's get our general feelings
Wait,
about this.
I have an idea. Let's make an entire podcast where we just say phrases 3 times fast over and over again.
KB
Then we
says,
really
"K,
would
bye."
lose viewers. Yeah. Okay. So I want to get general thoughts about. I haven't played with the Void one yet. I played with the Arc one. The Reload was the main thing I noticed that felt awesome. Also, who is it? KB Ninja pointed out in chat.
I think
that
it was Hannah Brown.
No, Hannah Brown is not listening to this podcast. She's off. I don't know what she's doing. I think that I really like the art. Oh, KB Ninja. He mentioned in chat that it increased all super duration too, and so that's why Sheik's arc video that he put up, he was using the Striker Titan, and it lasted for like it already. Bottom Tree already lasts forever, and it lasted actually forever. Like it was insane. So I think that's the one thing people will probably complain about in quick play because this is lasting for so long. This event. I personally don't care, but I'm afraid to speak that into exist, like to say that because I know how annoying it is to have somebody critique or give a comment on a playlist that they don't really play, and I'm not a quick play person really, and I know that's so annoying to have someone ruin something that you enjoy, and I don't want to be that guy. But
At the end of the day, it's quick play.
yeah, well, and at the end of the day, this is just my personal opinion, and I feel like, you know, if I want to have a serious 1v1 and have everything fair, I'll go play Rumble, I'll go play comp, and if not, or I'll do a private match or whatever, and if not, I'll go play quick play, I'll have fun and enjoy these extra perks while it's here, because to me, it looks fun right now. I haven't got to play quick play.
You're not
yet
allowed to
do
have
it.
fun.
Oh,
Yeah, that's
apparently.
true.
You're only allowed to worry about winning and losing the way you want to win or lose.
And
And
Katie.
that's it. Yeah.
And KD.
And Katie.
No,
So
KD doesn't even matter anymore. You could have
Oh,
a,
you didn't.
And real quick before this is the last thing I'll say about it for me is I'm so excited to try it out in different PvE activities, like getting that, you know, invisibility going when I need it to, you know, play Shattered Throne, which is one of the requirements, you know, stuff like that, or the raid or whatever. Like, I feel like that's going to be super helpful for people that don't, you know, maybe haven't done that before or struggling with a certain PvE thing. They can get it done, like have this extra help. I think it's going to be cool.
I'm gonna. I totally lost my train of thought, but I have a new and better one.
Okay.
I don't know about you guys, but like all the planets I've been to, like every time I've gone
in
to
Destiny.
Whoa.
Yes, in Destiny. But all the planets that I go to, every time I load into the tower, it is fucking jam packed, dude. It is like vanilla D2 like public event farming amounts of people out and about. Like I've never seen so many people out and about doing stuff. Like everyone's on that same level, on that same grind, and it's really cool to like, if you got 5 minutes to just like post up in a spot that's active and like just watch people for a couple of minutes while like you take a breather, and it's freaking crazy, dude. Like everyone is almost like this like hive mind group of people. Like everyone's working towards like the same goal of like getting their armor done and stuff. And I don't know, I just thought it was really interesting, like the player population, because everyone's in the same PvE activities, or people in PvP are doing the same shit. Like it's pretty cool. I like it.
That is cool.
Yeah.
So, I just want to point out quickly,
Oh god.
change of subject. We were just told in chat by Chibi Kim. She said, "quote DCP just called you guys out." I just want to point that out. Just put that out there, and that's all we're gonna say about that, because we are not concerned about them in any way, shape, or form. I do just want to say, it's funny, don't you think, that it's super quiet while Pope's on vacation, and he comes back in the first episode. They got something to say. It sounds like Pope can't get us off his mind, is what it sounds like to me.
I have to agree with you, man. And you know, one of the big reasons we haven't had a DCP RezoCast showdown yet is that they were mostly on PC.
Mm-hmm.
PS4, and we got cross save coming. So
And I don't know if this is a good time to segue, but that could happen sooner than we thought.
Right.
So
I do want to segue to that stuff, but I still haven't got y'all's opinions on, because the internet's very loud about the elemental buffs being a bad thing. I haven't personally seen that, but from what y'all are saying, there's a lot of people upset about it. Do y'all have any opinions on these elemental buffs and the event?
it's whatever, man. Like, it may not be your jam, but like, just it's a game. Like,
It'll be
chill.
fine.
Like, yeah. And honestly, I don't know that it was done this way, but I wouldn't be surprised if this is almost like a last hurrah for these roaming supers, because I think that's one of the things that's going to get adjusted.
Oh, yeah.
They've been talking, like, everyone wants them adjusted in general. So now it's kind of like, here, they're crazy, fuck with it, and then I think they're going to get adjusted. So it's whatever. Excuse me, it's whatever, man.
Yeah, just like go into Crucible and do what you gotta do. Don't go in just because like you want to go on this stomping streak. I mean, if that's what you want to do, fine. But like you're gonna deal with some bullshit and get frustrated. So like, yeah, just focus on the task at hand and get in there. Be fine.
Nice.
It'll be over. This will be a distant memory once Shadowkeep comes out and everybody's just hyping. Like I can't
Dude,
wait.
yeah. Mm-hmm. Okay.
I cannot wait.
So what Hove was talking about, we may be getting, and we are getting cross save later this very month.
I mean, it is August 1st, so
I know, but still, that's
Dude, it's
earlier
August
than we
already. Holy
expected.
cow.
Like it was supposed to be September, when Shadowkeep
middle
released,
September,
and now
really.
Luke Smith has came out and he kind of gave hey, you're gonna have to wait a little bit, but also you don't have to wait a little bit because we have to wait a little bit for Shadowkeep. It's getting delayed till October 1st, which someone pointed out on Reddit is Spooktober, so that's fitting for the Shadowkeep eerie spooky expansion to be in October. Moon's Haunted. And also we're getting cross save later this month, so that's coming early. And he gave some reasoning. He made a whole Twitter post about it, and then they released a Bungie statement about it.
He also said, I think later this week or next week, he wants to put out what he said will be a very long state of the game. He wants to detail the last 6 months, I think he said, of how they've gotten to where they are, and details for where they plan to go in the future, which is even more exciting because they've never done anything remotely close to that. But go ahead, I'm sorry.
Yeah. There's some really cool stuff in this announcement. Like they're talking about, let me just read one line from this announcement because he did a tweet about it, but also there's a whole page on Bungie about the changed launch window. One of the paragraphs says, "This fall is the first step on a journey for what our team wants Destiny 2 to become, a place for you and your friends to play anytime, anywhere, owning the action, MMO, and RPG elements that we love about the game and crushing barriers to entry for a friend. We just need a bit of extra time to take the first step. We didn't make this decision lightly." And he goes on and on to talk about, how much they care about, this game and they want to play it as much as we do. And I just think what a move to show the independence from Activision, to show the, gaming community and the current state that we're in, where we have all these articles coming out from various news sources saying that, devs are being pushed to their limit. And we're talking about all this overtime that they're working and just crunch factor within the dev community, and how it's causing games to come out in this pre-release state and if developers are stressed, they're not producing the optimized content that they're not, if you're super stressed, you're not going to be thinking clearly. And if they have the time they need to make this game perfect, and so not only you're adding time but making them less stressed, and it's a win-win. Like there's no way that this is a bad thing for them to. And not only that, but on top of all of that, Luke Smith announces that we're getting one thing earlier. So he adds on a win to the thing we're being taken away from. And it just sounds great.
It was funny because even though, and we'll talk about this a little bit, I think we all think this is an overall net positive, right? I was surprised at how positive the Twitter comments were. Scrolling through the first 100 or so, only one was negative, and the really funny thing is he went on and it wasn't even negative. but it was like, oh man, like if you're gonna take something away, you could at least like give us something in its place. And I was like, do you mean like cross save a month early? Like what? That's exactly what? Like what?
I wouldn't even have expected it early. Like that's huge. Like that they're that like devoting that much manpower to it that it's going to be ready early. I'm excited. As far as the whole
They've
delay
been working
thing,
on
dude,
that for a long time.
I know this is a me thing. I'm actually really excited that it got delayed.
No, I think everybody's happy. I real quick though, before we get to our opinions on that, I just wanted to go back real fast to what Lego was saying. You were talking about like crunch and devs not being happy, and we had talked about that. Remember the big article about Anthem and all about it?
I was thinking about that when I was
I
talking.
also saw something that was really interesting to me.
Oh yeah, I know what you're gonna say.
I think I know what you're gonna say too.
So,
I saw that.
Do you remember in that article, they were told they weren't allowed to say the word Destiny and all this stuff. Like they weren't allowed to speak about Destiny, and it's like it almost became ingrained in them to like hate Destiny. Because do you remember the tweet that I'm talking about? Do you remember who it was? Because I can't remember.
Yeah, it was one of the artists from our community tweeted it out.
Yeah,
and we don't need to name it out, but like some.
I mean, it was
one
out
of the
there.
It was
It's
a
out
public
there.
tweet.
Yeah, okay.
No,
Okay,
I'm saying you don't have to
it
name
was
it. I'm
Cobb.
just saying it's out there.
Yeah, Cobb tweeted out that he had a friend, in the Anthem community.
Dev community, right?
Yeah, in the dev community for Anthem, that like one of the devs that
Well,
worked
no,
on the
I'm
game.
sorry. He worked for EA, not BioWare.
Oh,
that's
okay.
what it was. Sorry, it was EA.
Yeah.
But basically,
you can say it.
Basically, he just said when it came, like I think he reached out to him when Anthem launched and said something like,
"The game's fun. Congratulations."
The game's fun. Congratulations. And instead of saying like "thank you," his response was just like, "Yeah, we're gonna bury Destiny." And then like 3 days later, no one was talking about like the game had like died.
Oh no, everyone was talking about the game, but for all the wrong reasons that you wouldn't want people talking about your game. And like it really sucks because like from a like. Because sure, one person said something that kind of sucks, and people are kind of like, "Oh, really, bro?" But like, there's probably like 100 more people that work there that are just kind of like, "Shit, man!" Like, you gotta know, like, that's gotta suck going in every day, being like, "Is this my last week here? Like, what's going on with this?"
And to have worked so hard to have had your publisher crunch you, to produce this thing and to work your butt off on it, and then for it to do
EA
like
riding
this.
your ass the entire time about like how's this game gonna compare to FIFA World Soccer's millions and millions of dollars in microtransactions and stuff. Billions. And like another thing too is that like I kind of feel bad for the people that are like what if this was like their first gig, like their foot in the door, and now this is on their resume? Because there's a lot of like, you look into like the history, there's certain devs that were so not happy to have worked on a game that like they'll leave it out of their resume until they finally get somewhere comfortable, and then like they'll talk about it, be like, "Oh, dude."
Or
I worked on Anthem.
Or people that like burn out and they were like, "Fuck this! This isn't for me. I don't want to be a part of this."
Yeah, that sucks.
But anyway, I just thought that was interesting because the whole crunch thing, and it's like it almost became part of the nature of working there. I can't say that. I'm sure it's not everybody, but that was just interesting.
Yes.
But as far as the response to it, Wilson, I know I kind of cut you off, so go for it. I just wanted to get that out there.
The response to that tweet. I'm sorry.
Yeah, just the announcement of Shadowkeep being pushed back and cross save.
Oh, that whole thing. Yeah, totally. It's I know I'm not alone with being excited, but I think I'm alone for my own reason. Was that, like I said last time, I'm always out at my parents' place when these things drop. So I finally get to be at home.
You should hope you're alone in that, because if there's other people at your parents' house that you don't know about,
it's kind of fucked up.
Yeah, play it. Wait, but they're not going to bother you. They're just playing Destiny in another room. It's fine.
I'm excited. It'll be cool because, like, dude, I have so many cool memories with content drops, dude. But like to this day, of all the like awesome content drops that we have had, my favorite one was Rise of Iron, because me and Sam both had the day off and we just got to chill, hide offline, do the campaign. And I know people are like, some of Destiny's content is not super immersive, but it was kind of cool to just kind of like shut everything off until we got through the campaign and kind of get immersed.
That was a good one to do that for.
I kind of thought so too, man. Like that and Taken King were pretty good. So I'm excited. I gotta I'm excited. I can't wait. October 1st is perfect. October, spooky month. Eris, the moon is haunted. It's all making
Dude,
sense.
wait, Hove, real quick. You just got me so excited because I forgot about the ending of Rise of Iron. You know how creepy that was with the people that you thought like were Saladin's friends.
And that was a
basically.
huge twist. Like Rise of Iron wasn't really meant from what we perceived to be this like creepy ending like that. It was meant to be this like down and out hero rise up triumph moment. You know what I mean? It's like I'm really excited to see what kind of dark shit is gonna be in this one.
I just think one of the most telling things, because I'm on board with you. I think in the long run, like I said, this announcement, 2 announcements, are a net positive, and it probably means a more polished, better experience when Shadowkeep launches, right?
Yeah, yeah.
But it says so much to me that not only, like I said, looking through tweets and hearing people's reactions, are people not negative about it, but people are almost like overly positive.
Yeah.
Because if you look at this, hear me out, because I'm not shitting on this at all.
Yeah, yeah.
But if you look at this and you at face value and just say Shadowkeep got pushed back, it's probably for good reason. It'll probably turn out to be a good decision. But there's people who are like, that's great, I'm so happy it got pushed back. And it's like, really? Like, it's like the excitement is like overwhelming people. Like, there's
I think it has to do with our culture, like with what we've seen lately, like we just talked about with Anthem. That's fresh in our minds,
right? But I'm just saying, like, people,
it's the first time Bungie's done it.
There's
for
a
Destiny
big
2.
difference between being okay with it. Like, I'm not excited that it got pushed back. I'm happy that it probably means good things when it does come out. But there's so many people, and I don't mean this in a bad way. I'm just saying it speaks to more the mindset of the community, what Bungie's done, where we're at. But it's like people like, this is so great that it got pushed back. And you're like, no, it's not great that it got pushed back. It probably means great things down the line. But the fact that people aren't even complaining, they're celebrating that they have to wait longer, is just really interesting to me.
It's interesting. That's a good way to say it. Yeah.
I have a theory, and I think that with things like Season of Opulence and Bungie going off and doing their own thing, and immediately we have seen a change in tone. We've seen a change in content. Things being fixed quicker, them actually reaching out to the community for community advice, like not just like, here's a place where you can say stuff. They'll be like, hey, what do you guys think about this? You know, like I think that's drawing a lot of the core like returning players. I think a lot of people are returning players are probably more excited for Shadowkeep than probably anything else that they've introduced in D2. And I know a few people that are still burnt out on it, but are still gonna come back for Shadowkeep. They're stoked. Like Great American Hero is doing the Forge Farm, getting shards ready for the next season, you know. And I think a lot of people are seeing a new Bungie and a more open, transparent, more relatable. They're putting themselves out there, like
totally.
They're putting a lot of cards on the table, and I think people appreciate that. And I feel like you can sympathize and relate with people more that are like, this is why we're doing this, and not just we're doing this. And to be fair, it's a 2-week delay. It's not like it got delayed.
But like I said, my point, I am not faulting people that think that. I'm not saying they're wrong. I am also think I'm going to be happy. But if you take it face value, don't say this is what this probably means. If I say to you, hey, I'm pushing, you have to wait 2 weeks longer for this thing you're really excited about, is that a good thing on its own? Right, but people are like, that's great. Totally. It's just, it really shows the mindset of where people are with this. That's all I meant. I'm not saying people shouldn't be happy.
There is one other reason why people could be happy with this on its own, and that is because the packed month that September is for gaming. And that's one thing in our Discord everyone was talking about is like, yo, I wanted to play Borderlands 3. You know, I need to be ready to have some time with that. And so everyone's pumped that Destiny's going to take a little bit so that they could, you know, get their hands on that. And honestly, like, I was thinking to myself for a second when they moved it, I was like, was this like partially just we want players to have. I don't think it is, but I wonder
I'm
if that
sure
was
they
in
thought
the
about it.
decision-making process.
I'm sure
to
they
give
thought
people
about
time.
it, but it was probably like, hey, you know what? We could use a little bit more time. Do you think we should push it back? And then, well, you know what? Not only will it let us polish things.
Yes.
That would be my guess. I don't know.
Yeah, it had to have been a secondary consideration. And one more positive that they just added onto the list.
Exactly. It was just a net positive. Like
exactly. Yeah.
Exactly.
Well, that's cool. I'm excited about it. I'm probably one of the people that's overly excited about it. I think that's also being friends with, and knowing some of the devs and just knowing, like, not that I know what they're going through exactly, but that I'm more sympathetic towards that, because I don't want any of them to, be working like crazy or have crunch time, and I want them to feel good about delivering a product in, the time that they want to deliver it.
Plus,
I'll still go back.
Work slows down for me in October.
Ooh.
Pretty excited about that. That's only like a month away from getting laid off and just having no life.
Mm-hmm.
I'll still always go back to the fact that it wasn't just marketing speak and higher ups talking when they announced the split. It was all of from what we were told, it was all of the employees and the devs and the engineers and the testers and all that popping champagne and celebrating when they announced their split from Activision. I'm always like that. That's always in my head.
Popping champagne and
do you know what I mean? It wasn't just the higher up saying this is good for us. The people working there doing the everyday work were like, fuck yeah. So
dude, it just makes me love Bungie so much, honestly. Like the whole thing, this and what you were just talking about, their independence and how much they seem to all love working there, yeah, I love that. Okay, y'all want to do the TWAB? Or I feel like I could call that thing that Wilson is just spinning there. I think it's just a coaster, but
it's okay. So it's kind of a coaster, correct?
Okay,
but it's for your glass
dildo
water pipe. Yes, or that too. Anything that you want to. So it
I feel like I could call it a TWAB if I wanted to.
It's like it's almost kind of like made out of like cork, kind of. And so it keeps your glass piece like on the table or whatever. But that is the flower of life, sacred geometry, hippie pattern.
Oh yeah. Yeah. Okay. Well, I didn't mention in the announcement. There's one more thing I forgot before. But it kind of has to do with the TWAB because it's linked to the TWAB, blah, blah, blah. But with the announcement of the October 1st release, they also released world's first race and they name it Raid Garden of Salvation. Will begin Saturday, October 5th, which is so I guess you got 4 days to prepare.
And it's a
for
Saturday.
The raid. It's a Saturday, and contest will be active, which happened last time. So it's a fair playing ground. Even if you didn't have all the time to level up or prepare, there will be like a max light that will handicap you out basically while you're doing the raid race that weekend, which is basically all the fair stuff that they could possibly do. Like there is nothing left to complain about unless you just personally don't have that day available to
you. Just love to complain.
Yeah, or you just too
about something that you clearly aren't gonna partake in if you can't make time on a Saturday.
But for real, what could they do to make it more like this is the pinnacle of fairness? I feel
just let me win world's first, bro, and everyone will be happy.
Yeah, okay, you got it.
So let's if you want to transition to the 12, do you want to get some like flash paper and like throw it up and?
Ooh.
Oh, I thought we just bust out our Swisher Sweets and get ready.
Let's roll one up.
Yeah.
Talking my language. Got some white owls in there too. Go.
Two things real quick. One, Lego. I think I don't want to tell you what to do since you're the boss and everything. But I think, except for maybe some important parts, let's try to get through the TWAB. Only because I want to make sure we get to all of the community questions this week, since we specifically said, hey, ask them in Discord. Also, last things, we had a question in chat. Who's the guy in the middle? New guest. That reminds me, we will have soon, hopefully, we will have little nameplates that I will put on each person, including our guests in the future. But that is Wilson.
Wait, I'm in the middle?
For me on the stream, yes, you're in the middle.
Yeah, he's in the middle for me too. That's great.
But yeah, hopefully for anyone, it is funny because we just mentioned how sometimes that gets asked by new viewers, or if we have a new whatever. So we will hopefully have little things soon that. Maybe I'll have days where I'll put them on. I'll say that Lego's Hove, and I'll talk all.
You'll switch them up.
No, I wouldn't. I wouldn't do that. I wouldn't.
So
do that.
Rude. But yeah, we did talk about that. We're definitely gonna have like some nameplate type stuff for us on stream and for the YouTube version, so you can see who's talking. And I think that's gonna be great. Great call on that, Hove. That was a good idea. Be a professional podcast.
I'm smarter than I look. But the biggest news of the whole week, right, is Ninja switching to Mixer. Just kidding. Move on.
Oh my gosh. No, that actually was pretty huge because along with that, this happened at the same time, this announcement, and like the Black Ops trailer, multiplayer trailer drop, like tons of stuff just happened at the exact same time, which was pretty interesting. Speaking of Ninja, there was also having Dr. Lupo as one of most 15 influential people.
25 on the internet, yeah.
25, okay, yeah. Was hilarious because it wasn't hilarious. That was awesome. Congrats to him. What was hilarious was in RezoCast's Discord. I didn't even realize, but we always joke around about Windler yelling at us to get on B in our scrims against Ninja with Noel and Ramblin', and that's who I normally think of when I think of that game. But Lupo was in that game.
Yeah, it was Lupo. It was Lupo that we
I never think about that.
It was.
I always think.
It was Lupo we went through to link up with them. Yeah, our first
to not Nova bombed by one of the most influential people in the internet.
Well, no, it was Ram that did it.
But still.
No, yeah, not to go through that whole story, but yeah, we decided we were gonna play in some tournament, and we were like, hey, we should scrim against somebody, and Wenny was like, oh, I have a team that'll scrim us. Show up at this time, and we show up, and the fucking team is Dr. Lupo, Ramblin', Ninja with Noel, and one of their friends who, I'm so sorry I can't remember his name, but he was also disgustingly good, and they just shit on us.
Yeah, Windler, what made you think it was a good idea for our first time ever playing Sweats to play Dr. freaking Lupo?
Anyway, the twab.
Cool guy.
I'm gonna drink some juice. Okay. I'm gonna drink some juicy juice and do.
Sorry, I just had to mention it because Bagu brought it up in RezoCast Discord, and I thought it was hilarious.
Juicy juice. Go ahead. I just wanted to say juicy juice.
Okay, sorry.
The juice is loose.
So twab, we don't have. I don't think there's too much. I guess there kind of is because we got that patch and stuff. But first off, they dropped some new beautiful pictures of Shadowkeep. And there's some pretty close-ups of some of the new armor, the moon armor, and that hunter helm is haunted. Let me tell you, it looks incredible.
Looks great. Looks menacing. I can't wait.
And the Titan, everything about the Titan armor, it reminds me a lot of the Titan planet place, but it's that astronaut.
We get it, you Titan, bro. You shoulder charge. We get it.
It's one of the first Titan gauntlets that isn't like a huge bulking like shield in front of them. It actually like kind of conforms to the body a little bit.
Remember we talked about the Shield Brothers strike? Remember when that first came out in Last Word, that thing would just cover up your entire screen? Do you know?
Oh yeah. I forgot about that.
It was like perfect for Titans.
Dude, also that Titan has a backpack, dude. That backpack, it kind of reminded me a little bit of what's Norman Reedus' new game with Kojima?
Death Stranding.
Death Stranding, yeah. It kind of reminded me of that. Like, are we gonna get a story mode where we just gotta collect things in a backpack?
Are you gonna get a backpack the size of an apartment complex on Fleet Street? Like, you never know. Like.
Dude, KB Ninja's a fan of the armor too. Nice, dude.
Oh boy.
So yeah, I think it looks awesome. I think the Warlock one looks super spooky, and I don't like it at all. But all the Warlocks apparently think it's cool because they're spooky. So
your face is spooky.
It looks kind of Scorn-like, that Warlock helmet.
Yeah, it does kind of.
It's got like that metal, like multi-cross kind of thing.
Can we all just agree here though that the Hunter's the best one?
No,
100%.
The Titan one looks awesome.
Yes, we could
the Titan
definitely
looks
agree.
stupid. He just looks like an astronaut. He looks like it's like Neil Armstrong is a fucking Guardian now.
That's amazing.
That's stupid.
What's not to like?
Do you remember when Buzz
Buzz
Aldrin punched
Lightyear.
that guy in the face?
Buzz Aldrin, dude, that video was hilarious. That guy's like, "You're a phony, a fraud, and a fake," and dude, Buzz Aldrin's got a mean right hook
He
for
just
a man.
punched that dude in the face.
Dude, and it's kind of fucked up that nothing happened to it. If somebody called me a phony, a fraud, and a fake, and I, without any warning, hauled off and hit him in the face, I'd be done.
Yeah, but you're not
No.
you're not fucking Buzz
I don't give a
Aldrin.
shit if you went to another dimension and came back with proof. You punch someone in the face, there's repercussions. Just saying.
Oh, man.
Only if the
Okay.
guy presses charges.
That's true.
One other thing with the pictures, the last picture that shows like the moon and it shows Shrieker in the background and a bunch of Thrall, you can and I'm just realizing there's other shadowy dark figures in there, but there's 2 tanks there, and I'm so excited for new tank missions. I know no one else is probably as excited as I am.
I like
but I
tanks.
love the Pacifica, or what's the missions on Titan where you go underneath and you got the tank and stuff. Those are some of my favorite missions in Destiny 2, and I'm
Those are
pumped.
fun.
I'm gonna
to have
send
more
you.
tank stuff.
I'm gonna send you a picture here, Lego. Hold on.
No, don't. Please don't. And just the kinds of pictures you've been sending me recently. Why I'm like, please
Yeah,
don't.
that's like,
You know, Wilson. Okay.
yeah.
And some people know in chat. Yeah. Okay. So, there Hope's face right now.
Disclaimer:
Real
they're
quick,
not dick pics.
I mean,
But it may or may not be
arguably,
pornographic in nature.
So, real quick, one more thing with the tanks. How cool would it be to have the tanks in the public space? Like, what if, like, when you are just exploring, like doing patrol stuff, there's tanks like that you can get in? How cool would that be?
It'd be cool until that wanted enemy or that high value target spawned and you're just getting ready to get a shot on him. And some asshole comes up over the hill and just levels him with the tank. Just because he's having fun. Like, he's having a blast.
Dude, that happens anyway. It doesn't
He's-
matter. They're still
He's
gonna
having
get there
a
before
blast.
me.
But no, I don't know. I'm just trying to be a dick. Like, I'll probably be that guy. Like,
Dude, wouldn't that be great though? A public event and there's like 5 guardians jumping around, and then there's one on his Sparrow and one comes in on a tank. Freaking
it would
tank.
be cool if they involved tanks in public events. I'm down
Yeah.
with that. That little
Public event
L1, that little L1 lock on where all the little
Yes.
come. Yeah, those are
Look at
great
Lego.
missiles.
Did he freeze for you? Oh, it was great. His
It
face
did
was
as
great.
soon as you sent me a picture.
He froze, and then the look on his face was almost as if he froze in real life, and he was confused as to
Aw.
where he was.
Hope sent me a sunflower.
And he thought it was gonna be
That's
dirty.
bullshit. He wasn't gonna send you
he
that.
wasn't gonna send you
Yes,
that.
I was. How do you think it got
Yeah,
sent already?
You're so
Also,
manipulative.
why is Hope sending me a sunflower?
Because he's being
Okay.
manipulative right now.
So that's enough with the
You guys are
pictures, and
dicks.
they show off some of the armor stuff. That any of y'all get some new Eververse stuff? Did y'all get anything cool?
No.
No,
Like,
I bought the ship because I thought it looked awesome.
So how long are we gonna be getting engrams that give us stuff that we already have? Like, is it always?
You're still. Oh.
Because it's best of year 1 engram. So hear me out. Like, so is the next thing like best of year 2, and then like once you have, because like no, like
I
I
get
know that's
it.
like the next logical move, but like
I
it's
get it.
cool what they've done to Eververse. I like it. However, I think it would be cool if maybe every couple of levels you get an actual engram that can give you some of the new shit, and not just, oh, I'm gonna go turn this in. I have everything. Maybe I'll get 100. Maybe I'll get 500, depending if I get an exotic or a legendary. It's just kind of, I don't know. Like, I
Well,
don't think there's a perfect solution. I fucking hate to talk about Eververse again.
No,
but like,
it's okay.
it's a cool change. I just wish that maybe like every other level or maybe every 3 levels you'd get a current engram.
Real quick, I think it would feel better if we weren't just getting the year 1 engrams, but like other events, like the dawning and stuff, you get a dawning engram. You don't get a solstice engram. There's no way to get it. You have to just buy it with Bright Dust when it comes around, and I think that is the reward we're used to, and we're not getting it, and so it feels unrewarding because we're just getting year 1 stuff that we already have.
It's not even necessarily
right?
that it's unrewarding. So like, whereas before it was like purely based on RNG, and then they kind of added some stuff where you get the engrams, but every week she has a rotating inventory to where if you just want to buy it now and don't want to wait for RNG, you could just go for it. But now it's like, KB Ninja said, it's best of Bright Dust engram. So like now you have to get the engram. You hopefully have to get a good pool of Bright Dust, and on top of that, you either have to come up with that amount of Bright Dust or have it for when that item is around for the week to purchase. And I know some of them are probably going to be around like a lot. Like I dropped the 5,000 today on the flare. The what are we calling that? Like the chroma effect on the new armor. I went with Void, if anyone's curious. Purple's an amazing color. As I'm becoming older, it's probably becoming one of my favorite colors. But I don't know, man. I'm just saying it'd be cool to like. They're just so unexciting, dude. Like a best of year one engram. Like first of all, half the stuff from year one was like mediocre at best.
To be fair, like, I don't think this stuff is aimed at us.
It's not, and I understand it's also a business strategy of like, if you want it, you got to pony up some cash, and like I get that, and that's cool, and that's not necessarily what I'm complaining about. I don't care that they're asking for money. They work hard. They could put a price on whatever they want. It's not for me to say.
I wasn't even mentioning.
No, I know, but I'm throwing that out there as a disclaimer. I wasn't mentioning that. Mentioning it. But like it. It just.
I wasn't mentioning that you were mentioning it.
I wasn't though.
No, I know.
While we're mentioning it, but like, no, it just the engrams just seem boring to me, and I get that it's not aimed towards us at all. But like I said, it'd just be cool to get a new engram.
Everything doesn't have to be for you, Wilson.
No, it doesn't, but it can be for us.
I feel the frustration. I feel
it's not necessarily a frustration. It was just more of an observation today.
You sound frustrated.
That may become frustrating.
Okay. Well, like you said, I don't want to stick on Eververse too long. I did buy the ship, and I'm very tempted because right now the kneel which also I want to compliment when you complete your armor set, or when you get your armor set or you upgrade it, you do this like kneel.
Oh, look at that puppy.
That's cute.
That's a picture Hove sent me.
You do this like when you upgrade your armor, you do this kneel and you like glow, and it's like you absorb what's around you. And it looks really cool, and that one's for sale right now.
Is it like when Thanos put on the Infinity Gauntlet? And
it's like that. Yeah, exactly. That's kind of.
There's a hit bump emote. That's cool. In Hove, there's a Sturm ornament that looks pretty sexy.
Dude. I was gonna ask you about that, Hove. Did you see the Sturm ornament? Looks pretty cool.
Sturm and Drang,
when I saw it.
Best guns in the game.
Did you guys find out what emblems you got today from the Lord of Wolves?
I haven't looked yet. I know I got both of them.
Yeah, I know I have both of them too.
Yeah.
I just got the Lord of Wolves one, and I was kind of bummed I didn't get the Prometheus one until I logged in, and like 30 out of like 59 of my friends online all had it on.
Yeah.
It instantly became annoying because now I actually have to like read people's names instead of the emblem that they've had for the past month or two.
Yeah, but to be fair, that happens every time. Like when a new raid drops.
But now the hipster in me's like, nah, I'm glad I don't have. Like I'm just gonna keep rocking this Iron Banner one with the wolf with the red eyes. That one's so dope. It's good. And there's gonna be, dude. Okay, so emblems have gotten better recently, right? Like they've gotten really cool. Not even necessarily.
Real quick, chat has just turned into Eververse quotes. Like that's all there is in there. No word from Finchurch today.
But,
oh my gosh.
Emblems have gotten better, and those two emblems that they just put out for Lord of Wolves and the Prometheus lens has got me really excited for hopefully some of the ones coming in Shadowkeep.
I will say I don't think Lego read enough of the stuff in chat, because I don't think it's Eververse quotes, because other than that one, they are such phrases as Fenchurch is dead in Tess's closet. I bet she sent him off.
Come on. KB Ninja just said, needless to say, I sent the whole shipment back in the SpongeBob font. So
okay. I bet she sent him off with a smile. She was a little hot in her time, more than a little.
Okay, there's other things happening in chat too.
There's always things happening in chat. I love this group of people that come by and just act stupid with us.
Yeah, I know,
it's fun.
Okay, so Eververse, there's stuff happening there. We're excited to see what else we get. Yeah, I do feel that frustration.
No, it's fine. I may have harped on it a little too much. Like, it's
harmless. It was good.
It's harmless, dude.
It's necessary, and we'll see how it feels when we progress throughout the week.
Hope's right. It's harmless. Like, it's not.
No, I didn't even say that. No. You were saying I'm saying things I didn't say.
Yeah, but like that's what you were kind of getting at. Like it's really not that big of a deal. I think it's the best solution that they've come up with thus far. I'm just like, can we get best of year 2 engram next month or something like that?
So also in the TWAB, they bring a new schedule. The main things I wanted to point out here: there's Iron Banner for the next 2 months at the end of the month, or middle of the month, end of the month, and then
Yeah.
also there's a Moment of Triumph Week Infamy boost, which is September 10th through 17th, and there's also Mayhem Valor boost and Infamy boost on the same week, September 24th through the launch of Shadowkeep. Which I really like that Mayhem emblem. I feel like I've never noticed that before. If it's new or something, I don't know. It looks awesome. But the main thing is we're getting a new patch on September 3rd. It's kind of confusing. I can't tell if it's September 3rd or sometime that week. It kind of has like September 3rd through 10th. So either that day or sometime that week, we're getting a patch, and they listed out what they expect the patch to contain. A lot of quality of life stuff. And I'm going to read some of them because they're pretty great. So I'll just kind of read them all and then we can talk about it. Moments of Triumph is being extended through September 17th. That is not the event Solstice. This is just the Moments of Triumph that you need to complete. Solstice is still just a month. Gambit Prime and Reckoning weapon reward rates have been highly increased. This is okay, I'll get to it in a second. I'll just read the rest and then we can talk about it. But that one's huge. They will also have bad luck protection to guarantee a drop after a set amount of runs. Reckoning difficulty will be tuned to be more welcoming as you hunt for rewards. Braytech schematics will no longer have a daily lockout, give better chances towards weapons you don't own. Mountaintop and Wendigo Pinnacle quests will become more accessible. Specific quest objectives will be tuned based on player feedback. There will be multiple weeks of increased valor and infamy to look forward to in September. And as the season comes to a close, menagerie chests will become more rewarding as Callus sees fit. And then lastly, on the week of the patch, Bungie will be hosting a community challenge of sorts. Stay tuned for details. So that's a ton of quality of life stuff and a ton of stuff that we've been asking for, specifically Gambit and Reckoning stuff. I see so many complaints, people going for their triumphs and trying to get the gear, trying to complete that stuff. Not only is it a difficult activity, but the drop rates are so low. And so that and Menagerie are two of the things that really stick out to me as huge community outcries. Really the whole list. This whole list is stuff.
I finally got my first spare rations recently, and like I was super excited. It was almost as if like I finally got like Fatebringer to drop. Like I got a decent roll on it, but like, yeah, I'm really excited for those changes. Those all sound really good. It sounds to me like they're trying to let everyone get their ducks in a row before Shadowkeep, and they're getting their ducks in a row in a sense as well. Like it's opportunities to get stuff that you've been chasing before you go. It's not going to become irrelevant, but there'll be more exciting stuff to do. You know what I mean? So it will be cool to kind of scratch that off and maybe give you something to look forward to until then. Like, so yeah, those changes are great.
Neato.
That's all Hove's got. Neato. Are you chasing any of this stuff, Hove? Does any of this stuff apply to you at all, you think? Because for me...
do you want to know what I'm chasing, Lego?
I regret phrasing. Wendigo is something that I haven't got yet that I want to go. Also, that I want to go Wendigo. Also the community challenge. I'm really interested into what that is. Also Infamy rank. I don't play a ton of Gambit, and that I'm really looking forward to. Somebody in chat, I think Gorniak was saying a few people looking forward to that.
Menagerie buff.
Yeah, well,
Menagerie changes.
I may end up going for another couple things. I don't know, but as far as the weapons I wanted, I got them already. Okay. I think. But the one that, as like Wilson said, I think the thing on here that's the most interesting to me, because they're vague about it, is that as the season comes to a close, Menagerie chests will become more rewarding as Callus sees fit, which could just be they're just playing into the fact that it's a Callus event.
Right.
But I kind of think that could be hinting at some of the, like, maybe similar to what some people have suggested, where like
performance-based rewards.
Exactly, like however fast you get through it, or how many bosses you beat. Yeah, basically performance
That'd be
based.
awesome.
That'd be great.
That's how I look
Yeah.
at it, because this whole thing is Callus rewarding us, right? And giving us
Yeah.
things. So as Callus sees fit, how well did you do? This is what you're gonna get.
He
That's
also
great.
says that line when he wants you to fight more powerful enemies or something, doesn't he? Doesn't he says that Callus sees fit that you fight more powerful enemies
Well, that's
or something like that?
I think that's just every time the like each wave the power goes up.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. Like, that's one of his quotes. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, in game. So I think it's like kind of adding credence to the theory that maybe it will be as Callus sees fit, like performance-based reward. Yeah, it's cool. I'm down for that. That'd be the perfect solution. Try hard, get more loot, get harder loot. I don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Lego,
There
you
was
were a
something-
damn liar. It's Gorignac.
Jeez.
Where do you see an N after the R? God, don't blame
I don't
me.
know what you're
Sorry.
talking about.
That happened in chat.
So the community challenge is the last thing here I want to harp on, and that's pretty much it. But the community challenge, do you think, like, what do you think that could be, like, of sorts? Like, that, to
It
me,
could be anything.
yeah, it could be anything, but to me it sounds like the way that they used to lead up to expansions, but it's also the week of the patch. So, right? That's what it said. Week of the patch. Yeah, the update will be hosting community challenge. I don't know. Who knows? I
Maybe
don't
it's
have
like
any guess.
another.
I don't. I bet you Luke
like,
Smith knows, if you want
Maybe
to.
it's
bet
like
he
another
does.
like ARG or whatever. Like
That's what I thought
something.
at first
Yeah.
too, but it's not before Shadowkeep. It's just in the middle of the month, basically.
I mean, but who knows? I mean, that could. It
Yeah.
doesn't
Maybe
necessarily
it'll be
have to go into
something like-
Shadowkeep, like.
Didn't they do like a fashion show one time? Do you remember that?
Yeah, but that was like.
That was different.
Oh wait.
No,
was
they
on
had a
Screen.
thing where
contest.
you. No, they had a contest.
Oh,
Yeah.
right.
Yeah.
You're right.
I know.
Maybe so.
I'm always right.
Yeah.
Oh boy.
A lot of times. Stefan, I censor you.
Shut down.
So that's it for this week. Congrats to Cosmo on new family member. He was going to write the TWAB until his wife went into labor, and
Congrats, man.
Another
DMG
baby.
took over. Yep.
Did you
So
say
congrats,
RNG
dude.
took over?
No, I said
I
DMG.
I swear you said, but then RNG took over, and I was like, well,
I mean, there's a bit of
I
level
guess
of
so,
RNG,
yeah.
like. Oh boy.
I mean, you're not wrong. I was actually rather impressed.
Oh boy. Let's do community questions.
Well, real quick,
Yeah,
there's
the
something
community questions.
I'm not gonna get into it because it's lore based. So one, I don't know what the fuck I'm talking
Yeah.
about, and two, it's really deep. But I just kind of got back into watching some of Bife's videos recently. I generally try to, like, if I'm eating by myself, like if I have to, like, at lunch for work or something, I'll usually put on a
Yeah.
Bife video and listen to, because they're about 15 minutes long, so that works well. And he's been doing videos on the Chronicon, which is like Callus's like history of all this shit with the shadows.
Okay.
His
and everything.
interpretation, exaggerated
Yes.
interpretation
Right.
of what's been going on.
But so there's all this shit, and there's stuff that has happened, stuff that will happen, at least they think will happen. And
Well, not will happen. It's like their
Yeah.
Anon has called it the like fake version of what Callus would want to happen
yeah,
or something.
that's
like
what
that.
you cut me off from saying. Like I said, it's stuff that will happen, and then I said, well, no, what they want to happen, but that's okay. I don't know. You just ruined everything.
No, what do you think? What
Anyway,
did you get into?
do you remember the whole thing with the Drifter? How he was on that ice planet with those weird things that
Yes.
suck their light?
Yeah.
Yes.
So those are mentioned again, even though it's a future one. So we don't, obviously the stuff that it says we will do isn't necessarily going to happen, but the place they're at exists. That's like a place, it's one of Callus's, like, I forget what they call it, but basically, like, it holds a lot of the, like, history of the Cabal or something. It's basically a fucking Callus fortress, and those things are, like, Callus related. So I just thought that was really interesting that place showed back up. So if you get a chance, look into all that stuff. It's really, really fucking interesting.
Hell yeah.
Very interesting.
But it's not going to
Also, let's
happen,
say
as
we-
Lego said, as when he corrected me.
That's right. So community question time.
I guess. So, first one from Twitter, we got Anon. Bungie has taken a turn to the more serious angle with Forsaken has hinted at doubling down in Shadowkeep. While Destiny will no doubt remain an action-adventure shooter, what elements of horror do you hope to see? My mind goes to the Haunted Forest as a beginner point.
So I have an answer to this. I love, because somebody actually commented something that's really they posted a picture of the Dead Space like GIF of them putting on armor, and I my mind did go to something similar to Dead Space, because they talked about the psychological horror of Shadowkeep, that it was going to be different and psychological based, and that made me really want like visions or something like Eris would see, but like that we would see. And not, I don't mean like we've seen clips of these like shadows that we fight on the surface of the moon, but I mean like trippy, like was that real? I don't know. Did this happen or did that happen? Like that's the kind I want to see, like hallucination type stuff.
You're looking for like a fine line between like reality and like totally.
That's what I would like to see, to where it like messes with you and makes you think like, what if there's a one where Zavala's evil, like something crazy, and you're like, wait, does he really hate us? Or maybe he, like, you know, just it messes with your mind in that way.
You're looking for oh god, what was that Leonardo DiCaprio movie with the different levels of consciousness?
Inception.
Jimmy Pike in chat said fingertips on the surface of my mind in all caps. Yes.
Yeah.
That. Yeah.
You're looking for like some Inception levels of like bending reality.
Or speaking of Leo movies, Shutter Island.
That's one. Also, Oculus, more like that dreamy, or Hill House. Think Hill House
for sure. I want like jump scares. I like that you brought up Dead Space, because that's like my favorite horror game of all time. I absolutely adore that game. The thing I like about it the most is I like situations where you're not certain if you're supposed to stay and fight or if you're supposed to get the fuck out. Like, I want a feeling, like that was kind of the thing I liked about Taken King, where they were reviving Crota and we went back to the area of the Crota raid. You had to sneak around. I want the feeling of helplessness. You're on your own. Like, yeah, you could take a fire team in there, and I like the stealthy missions, but I definitely want the like things chasing you.
Well, if that's like what you're into, make sure you come up with a good safe word.
Oklahoma.
I'm a fan of Hush Puppies.
Yes, Hush Puppy is a clear and decisive safe word for sure. But yeah, I want to feel helpless. I want to feel scared. I want things to chase me. I don't want to just like super my way out of everything.
Yeah.
It'd be cool if the hive that are chasing me are protected by some sort of like crazy arcane hive magic that we're not familiar with or haven't seen. Like,
there is a line that sticks out to me that they said in the document, the dev video. I'm forgetting the word that they have basically made themselves. But there was a point where one of the devs was talking about things that you're used to being able to do, you suddenly can't do anymore, or something along that. And that really stuck with me. And I think they're talking about that sort of thing, Wilson. Like, you just super the boss and then he's dead and that's it. Like, I bet there's going to be times where you like super this shadow and then you think you kill it and then it just comes right back, or something like that, you know, where like it just takes away.
Our light has evolved, and like the things that we do have changed. Like, it would only be like practical for the enemy to also change theirs, especially when you delve into the hive and the ritualistic magic and stuff like that. Like,
or what if, like, you know, things you're used to being able to do, like what if you try to Nova, like he comes out and you pop out your golden gun and you start shooting rounds into him and he reflects all of them right back at you, stuff like that.
It'd be cool. I'm down
for sure.
I want to feel scared.
Hove, do you have an answer to this question?
I don't know. I don't know. I don't like I just like to have things just show up. I don't want to expect anything. I don't know. I feel like that's I give that answer a lot because I don't want to be like, this is what I want to happen.
Yeah.
Like, I want to, like, I don't want to think about that.
Yeah. I just want to, you know, exclude you. I was thinking about you.
I'd be okay if like that stuff didn't happen. It'd just be really cool if it did.
I will say, I think the whole psychological type of horror thing is really cool when done right, but it's hard to pull off, right? Like you were saying, like some of the stuff did this happen? Is this real?
Yeah.
If not done right, can come off as like, none of this makes any fucking sense. What's going on?
Yeah.
This is stupid. So
We gotta have a clean ending that wraps it all up.
Like Destiny 1.
Yeah, you can't have a.
Is that a joke?
Explain.
Yeah.
Next question. Ural? I'm bad at English.
Ural's Gift?
Not
Ooh.
Uriel. You know, Uriel wasn't. Never mind.
I know.
Attribute rescaling, mobility, etc. What would you like to see, and what do you think Bungie will actually do?
So how do you take this question? Because I
wasn't totally sure, and I looked through. This sounds really creepy, but I went to his Twitter and kind of looked, and he had also asked, I believe, Fran, like, didn't Bungie say they were rescaling these stats? And I do remember them saying something about like, not only are they bringing back intellect, discipline, strength, but they were going to look at like rescaling the current ones.
Okay, yeah, that makes more sense. Okay, so y'all have any immediate thoughts to this?
I would like to. I mean, I'd like them to like maybe do more than what they like are currently doing. Like mobility, I want to run faster. Like, but I don't want to be able to like spec super hard into both. Like, I want you to either be able to take like a balance of even across the board, or if you really spec into like things like mobility, like it's extremely noticeable. Like, it's not just jump height.
Well, didn't
like
they
that.
say once though that they had already pushed top speed to the max because of hardware limitations? Right? There was something about
but I think they pushed it further than that. Like they changed something and were able to push further, because they eventually said after the Go Fast update that we move faster than we even did in D1. And so I'm afraid, because I mean, when you're the Crucible right now, people play so freaking fast. Like if you have high mobility and stuff, like not saying run speed necessarily, but I just mean movement in general. People jump, they're so high. Hunters are so high in the air, so fast. And I personally don't want to go past the place that we already are in terms of mobility. So I hope that what we have now, if they scale it, this is the top of what we have now.
Well, maybe make other actions quicker. Like if you spec into mobility, like maybe make like my hunter dodge like quicker. Maybe make how fast warlocks throw down rifts quicker. Same thing with like Titan barricades. Maybe the animation is a little bit faster.
Yeah, I just don't feel like
ready speed, weapon speed. I don't know.
I agree with you, because I just feel like they don't. They're to a point. There's a reason to, but it's not a big enough deal to really worry about what of those stats you're using, right? Because they only affect like one specific thing. Like Wilson said, like if it made like different things go faster. Now resilience and recovery are pretty. I mean, what can you do with those? It's resilience and it's recovery. Like,
well,
those
we
are
want
pretty...
a nerf. We want a nerf to super armor. What if like you can have a little bit more armor with your super, but you got a spec for it with resilience? You know what I mean? Like, but you're missing out on like your mobility and
right. Well, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Or less super, because isn't intellect gonna be one of the factors now?
Here's what's gonna be a problem, I think. Maybe not a problem. I'm sure I hope they've thought of this. If you're bringing back intellect, discipline, and strength, what's that gonna do? Because those were kind of replaced in a way with different perks and armors and mods that did those things. So, and we're already complaining about some of the things like too many supers and super mods. Like, what are they going to do if they're bringing back intellect?
That's the scaling that I'd like to see adjusted. If anything is brought down, it would be super scaling for intellect, because what I don't want to see is super mods stacking to what they already are and intellect making it go even higher. I want to see right now should be the apps. I don't even think right now it should even get to this point with, if you're stacking super mods and max intellect, I don't even think it should be as fast as it is right now, because it's so fast with
super mods are going to get removed, I guarantee.
I was going to say,
100%.
I think a good thing would be just if you're bringing in intellect, get rid of super mods. Super
mods will 100% be getting removed with intellect. And the thing about it is that if you spec for intellect, you're taking a hit to your discipline and strength. Well, like a big hit.
It
You
would be
should.
cool too if you did it, yeah, strength. So say like what you said, Wilson, maybe resilience would increase your armor in your super, but if you did that, you couldn't spec for intellect, which gives you your super faster. So you had to choose:
Okay.
do I want to have my super up more, or do I want to be stronger once I have it? Because that
Yeah,
would
no,
be
I'm totally down with it. That's a good idea. I'm sure they've thought of things that even problems that may occur that like we can't think of off the top of our
oh
head.
for sure.
But I think I want to see it be a uh, give and take basis. I want if you
Absolutely, it
spec
should
for
be.
something, yeah, you should be taking a hit, or if you just want to be like well-rounded, like that's my thing. Unless something like obviously stands out and becomes like super meta, but like I like to kind of be like more of a well-rounded type player instead of just like extremely proficient in one thing.
For sure. I just
Cool.
I do want to caution people though, because and I'm not I don't want to be that person who just says like, oh well, it's okay if things are messed up or whatever. But like with how many changes are coming and the fact that they're adding these things, like
Yeah.
things aren't going to be perfect right off the bat. They're not. I mean,
Yeah.
something's going to need tweaked. Just chill. That's all.
Yeah. I
All
think there's going to be, like you said, there's going to be so much new stuff. I honestly don't think people are going to be complaining right away. They're just going to be like taking it all in. 'Cause
Really?
there's going to be so.
Like have you
No,
not
I don't.
Well,
A
people will
free-
take it in.
No.
It takes a moment before it takes a minute before to become like mainstream. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like once everybody like dives in
That's what
and
I mean.
consumes the content and starts mid-maxing, which happens faster for some people. There's people who that's the first thing that they do is start mid-maxing. But like eventually a meta will settle
Mm-hmm.
and like something will prove that this is the most efficient thing to run in the Crucible, or this is the most efficient thing to run in the raid, or whatever. Like it will happen eventually. Like and
Which
that's just the way it goes. Like Hove
that
said.
and that is a conversation that I want to have, not today but another day,
For
because
sure.
balancing is something that's really like the community's response to just everything right now is it's interesting and frustrating to me, and I would like to air my grievances on that,
For sure.
but not today because we definitely don't have time for that.
Right.
Yeah, even then, we got a few more questions. I don't even know if we're going to get to all of them because we're running pretty long already.
Yeah, we'll just
I do want to get to Atlas asked, if you were offered $1 million for every 10 Doritos, Locos, Tacos that you eat from Taco Bell, how many would you want to consume and how many would you actually be able to consume?
like, is this one sitting?
This is the conversation I had that you yelled at me about.
You did. I didn't.
He
So
also had,
good.
wait, there's
I'm
more.
glad you did.
Okay.
So
There's
good,
an
Hope.
addendum. He said
Okay.
you're allowed one friend, but the money goes down to 500,000 for every 10, and you have to split the money with your friends. So fuck your friends. So I
Do they
asked.
get to split the tacos with me?
That's why they're there.
Yeah, but like it's not that I have to consume 10 tacos and then split money with someone who didn't help consume
Right.
tacos. Okay.
Well, why
right.
would you even ask to just randomly
Yeah.
split the money?
I'm just
How
making sure I
high-
understand the
how
premise of
high
the
are
fucking
you?
question.
So I asked, is this in one sitting? Is there a time limit? It's one sitting. And he says it's until closing. Whatever time that location closes is the end. I will start because I would want to say that one time I
Wow.
did eat a taco 12-pack on stream, if you remember,
I remember that.
So there's $1 million.
Oh, that was a bad week.
Yeah, that was
y'all.
not
That
good.
Bad.
Yeah,
I did it for a lot less than $1 million. Actually,
You
they
look
just,
like you'd like the amount of sweat and fatigue on your face was that comparable to like child labor. Like
yeah, I
it
felt
was-
like I had I birthed a child in my bathroom later.
It's okay. There we go.
I will
There it
say, so it's one sitting, and until that place closes, as many as you can eat every 10 for $1 million. So I would like to say that I'm going to eat until I make $10 million.
Wow.
Do you know why?
Because you're gonna show up in the morning and go to the bathroom frequently.
Also, my local Taco Bell is 24 hours. So as long as I am willing to stay in that Taco Bell and continue to eat, I can make money.
I would like to say that I could make millions upon millions of dollars, but realistically, I'd probably get sick after over
Yeah.
10. And like I hate to like take this approach like I'm humble because like most of the time I'm not, but like let's be real, I probably with the simple life that I live, like $1 million would be more than enough to last me the rest of my life.
I think I
That's a
go
lot,
for
that's
2.
a lot of weed.
Hey, if there's no failure mechanic, like if I go for 20,
Yeah, and you just keep throwing up as long as you eat them.
exactly, or I get 15 and I just eventually can't make it, I the 1 mil, you know, I say I'll go for 2.
I'm going for 10. I'll just stay there as long as it fucking takes me.
Dude, that's commitment.
Hey man,
I
$10
would never
million
wanna
dollars.
fucking
You put like 9 of that away to gain money, and my kids and grandkids are all fucking good to go.
Well, I'm not. That's another thing too, is that I'm not having a legacy to pass my money on to. So when I die,
Just
I'm
give it to
taking
me.
that shit to the grave.
Just give it to me.
No, I'm literally taking it to the grave. They
That's-
say you can't. I'm going to just prove everyone.
It's a really shitty thing to do.
Just like, well, what are they gonna do? Just give it to some random person? No.
Yeah.
Have you ever
Government's
heard of like a
They're
will?
not going
You
to give it
say
to
who
some
you want to
random
give it
Or
to.
charity,
Yeah.
The government's gonna take fucking 50% of it when I die anyway. Fucking death tax.
unless
Oh
it
my
goes to
God.
charity.
That's a good point.
Yeah, like St. Jude's. You fuck.
Yeah.
Yeah, I could use it for a tax write-off. That'll do me so good. At that point.
It's all about that tax right now.
Even after death, yo, can I get a write-off for
All right,
these
so
taxes when I die?
there's 2 more, but they're both going to be kind of lengthy. Neither one is necessarily specific to this week. Would you like to wait, Mr. Bossman?
They are specific to this week.
They are not.
I say we just. Oh, I mean, I kind of just want to do them, Wilson, unless you got to go.
Like how long are we talking here? Like another like 15, 20
Let's
minutes?
just go
'Cause
like
it's
10
getting-
minutes.
Probably.
Yeah, let's just.
All right.
getting pretty late. Let's do one.
Yeah, let's do one.
Serious one or fun one?
Fun one. to
Your
end it.
choice.
Yeah, your choice. Dealer's choice.
Dealer's choice.
So Sasori Kishi asks, if you had to kill each other, what order would you go in and why? We're going to include Triton and Mana in this. I mean, they're not going to answer, but you have to kill them too.
In
Man.
order, Hove,
Why?
Mana.
Wow.
And then it's so hard. I think I'd get to Triton and Lego. It just couldn't do it.
You
I
have to.
couldn't. I couldn't.
You have to.
I'd accept it, dude. I'd be there. I'd be the guy to like hold the gun and be like, "It's okay, man. You got this."
So you're gonna get through this.
Yeah,
It's
I'd
even
be
nice
I'd
to
be
the
in
very
Infinity
end.
War.
See what I mean?
In Infinity War, I'd be what's his face? Where he's like, "I don't feel anything, Wilson. I just feel you."
No, yeah. No, reverse order. It'd have to go like Lego, Triton, Mana,
Yeah.
then Hove, because I feel like Hove's the only person I could stare in the face after doing something like that.
My first, I haven't gotten the whole way down, but Lego's definitely number 1. Because
You cut out what?
I said I haven't gotten the whole way down the list, but Lego would definitely be first. Because I feel like he would make me feel so awful about the whole thing. He'd like guilt me because I killed
I
everybody.
would not. Come on.
Oh, you're right.
You had to do it. You had to do it.
It doesn't matter. You would be condescending to me.
Thanks.
Jimmy called me out.
I
Said
know.
Hove without any hesitation.
Wilson would be the last person.
Oh.
No, don't. It's not because it's because we could just smoke weed the whole time and I'd be fine with everything else.
I'd make it better.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, that's a good call. I didn't
Yeah.
think
Well,
about
I
that.
don't know if it could make that better. I mean, we can make a lot of things
It'd be
good.
bad,
I don't know
but-
if it could make murder
It'd
good.
be better than nothing.
This is true.
I don't know. Mana and Triton, they're interchangeable Asians. I don't know what to tell you.
Did
Okay.
Cognac just making a live reference in chat? Never fly with him over the Andes, like the whole "if you die, you can eat me first" thing.
Maybe so. So I would do probably Triton first, because I feel like he'd understand. You know, he'd be the most be like, dude, it's okay, I understand.
I'm ready.
Oh, the next part's difficult. I feel like I do Mana next, not because he'd understand, but because I feel like Hove would give me a harder time while I was trying to kill him
Yes.
than Mana would.
Mana
And
would never
so-
see it coming. Never.
Yeah, he'd still be trying to figure out. He'd still be arriving, getting there to the place where he's supposed to happen. And then
He'd be
I
late to
do
his own
Hove
death.
next, because I would save Wilson for last for the same reason. Because I feel like he'd be the most.
Because you're gonna
chill,
smoke a bunch of weed with him.
Just because I just chill out, man.
I've tried everything else. I might as well try weed. Is what he's thinking at that point.
Yeah.
This question looks like it bummed Lego out. He looks so sad.
It did.
It's difficult.
Lego sad.
Thinking about it. I had to think, man.
Next episode we should do marry one, fuck one, kill one.
Didn't we already do that
We've
one
done
time
that,
though? Yeah, we did that.
Okay, that's never mind.
Good. Yeah, it's a good call.
No, it's
Job well
it's
done.
overplayed. You're right.
It's gonna get me in trouble.
Yeah, that too.
I already said interchangeable Asians this episode.
Oh gosh, I didn't even hear that.
He's already thinking about all the editing that
Well,
I can listen to now.
thank you for joining us for this week for RezoCast episode 104.
You
We got
you
most
cut
of
out
it.
for so long. Try it one more
Oh, I
time.
did.
He
well,
cut out at episode 140 for me.
That's fine. Thanks for joining us, y'all. Thank you, chat, for joining us. All the community questions. Thank you in Discord for participating. It's been super fun having y'all there and hanging out with all of you. If you want to join, we just put the link in chat. We're gonna have it in all the descriptions. YouTube, iTunes, Google Play. Just look in the description of this episode. You can join it there.
We
Come
did
hang out
miss
for
one
game-
question in Discord. We will get to it. We just run.
We will get to it next week.
Yeah.
Thank you, Blue Microphones and Headphones, for the sponsorship. If you're looking for one of these beautiful microphones or headphones and the way that they sound and the way that we sound through them, you can find them on bluemic.com using code RezoCast for 20% off. It's a crazy good deal. Definitely check it out. And finally, this has been Lego, aka Lego Flash. You can find me on Twitter, Twitch, YouTube at Lego LE Flash. If you need some comp help trying to reach Fabled, shoot me a DM. Love to help you out if you're on PS4. Nothing else right now because that's all I can do. Don't ask me for Legend help because I'm not doing that because that's crazy. No, but you can check out our Resolute Bro Lyncher because I just put a tweet out of it today. He's helped 60 people get their Not Forgotten.
Really?
That's crazy. Yeah. And he's making his last push to partner. He has so many people checking him out every day. And I think he's really close. So y'all should definitely go watch his team. They're all super fast and they know what they're doing. You could learn a little bit while you're trying to wait to get a ride to get that help to Legend. So definitely check them out. Hove, where can they find you, man?
You can find me on Twitter and here, Twitch, both Hove76. Thursday nights at 9 p.m. Eastern is when we do this podcast right here. Also, I've been streaming here and there during the week, little Overwatch, little Destiny, whatever. Other than that, talk to me on Twitter. You can find me in the new RezoCast Discord, which has been a lot of fun. In all seriousness, it's been a good time.
Yeah.
So stop in there. And Wilson, where can they find you when you're not high?
When
You
can they find you?
I don't think you can find me in that case. I'm nowhere. No, seriously, on Twitter, Wilson, hit me up. I like Pokemon Go. You can send me pictures of your cool Pokemon, Destiny stuff, cool clips. But until then, you can still find me in the Forge doing the thing.
Can I tell you how many times y'all throw me off with that? I'm like, oh, Hove's online. Oh, Wilson. Dang it, they're in the
I need to
Forge.
put on a specific emblem.
Yes,
So
a
that, like,
Forge
people-
emblem.
Put on
Okay.
the laser tag emblem.
Yeah, and you could be like the 90 other million people on your
No,
list.
I want you to put it on.
I can't.
I know.
I don't want to. I'm being a
Cruel.
hipster about it, bro.
Cruel.
Cruel.
My gosh.
Fucking savage.
Well, y'all can also find RezoCast on Twitter at RezoCast. You can also ask questions there if you're shy about the Discord. And if you just want to talk to us, you just want to tell your friends about us. That's a great place to do it, is Twitter. If you haven't left a review, we've got 50 reviews on iTunes now, which is crazy and awesome. Thank y'all so much for going over there, leaving a review. We really appreciate that. That's what gets the word out there. And you can find more about Team Resolute, our clan, at Team Resolute on Twitter. You can go bother Clawman. I can't remember exactly what his Twitch thing is, but if you shoot Team Resolute a thing. Either him or Tinks will see it, and you can tell them RezoCast said hi. I think that's it. Until next time, GG.
Peace.
Bye.